Hi there, this is also with a new process video, and today I'm going to show you something really different, and I must say that I became really pleased with this one, in contrast to the one that I showed you previously. The photos that I'm working with are these sunset photos, and two of them are more zoomed out, and one is like looking at the sliver of sun a little bit closer. And my first plan was to use these photos together with that lovely circular paper from Chimel, and kind of taking the have you seen those long exposures of the night sky when you can see the Earth's movement, so that the stars, they kind of form a path over the sky? And that pink paper there reminded me of those long exposures. But so that was my first plan. I had placed these photos together with that pink paper in my stack of vacation scrapbooking plans. But when I sat down to actually make this page, I started thinking about that black silhouette that you can see in the upper photo. It's like an arch. It's some kind of architectural feature of one of the buildings, and it's got something like very exotic to me, some North African kind of vibe, almost like Arabic kind of feel to it, with the arch and the embellishments that stand out from these on pillars. And I went with that idea, and I'm going to create a background piece that these photos are going to sit on, and I'm going to create it so that it resembles that architectural feature. And this is going to be a fun project, just to try and mimic that detail. And therefore this page will go onto a black paper as much as possible. And then I'm going to outline that silhouette there, and then I'm going to go with the color of the sky and create a thread, or a thread embellishment at the top of the page. I'm on vacation at the moment, or vacation. I'm on summer leave from work, and I have 4 weeks off, and it's going to be just wonderful. And we have a couple of plans. We are going to visit my mom, as we normally does, and then we are going on a Legoland adventure to Denmark. And I'm planning to take lots of photos. But other than those two major kind of traveling trips, we have no other spending the night away from home kind of plans. But I'm really looking forward to do staycations here in the vicinity of where we live, and hopefully I get to visit the beach. I really want to go to the beach soon. Perhaps not to plunge myself in the water, but to see the sea. I'm longing for some seaside, just relaxing, and perhaps bring a picnic or whatever. I feel that I need to be by the ocean soon. The weather hasn't been that great the last couple of days, but at the same time I just love the fact that it's okay to be indoors and just spend time at the craft table, spend time with whatever comes to mind. And it's very relaxing just to have this. You don't have to go to work, and you don't have to look at the clock all the time, and that feeling, I love it. I have been scrapbooking a bit, and I have been playing around with my new colors, and I'm at the moment I'm really looking forward to get a bit more messy and use color and paint a bit more, and yeah, so I think that's what you're going to see from me in a couple of weeks time. I have a backlog still with older videos that need to be narrated. What you see on the screen right now is me making these pillow crowns, and I made a little template and used that on both sides of this center photo. I thought it was really important that those looked exactly the same, so I wasn't going to freehand draw those. At the top of this little arch there, it's almost like a ball, so that's what I'm cutting out right now. I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge around the photo, and I thought that also became a part of the arch itself. So I'm only going to have the outline of this piece and not anything of the inside. It's also hollow there, but that won't be in my photo block there. So this is what it will look like. Now I had a little moment there where I thought that I would use the pink paper, but I felt that pink wasn't in any of the photos. It had yellow, so I tried that one out, but then I realized that the sunset and the rest of the sky, the whole sky behind me and above me, it was blue. So I'm going to go with a blue paper as soon as I found it in my cupboard. And you know, with blue, I think it's the hardest color of all colors because there are so many different shades. And then you have shades towards the purple, you have shades towards green, you have shades towards black. So there's always this multitude of different blue colors, and I think it's really hard to get the right one. And this one, this time, I'm going to go with this one. It's almost towards the gray, but it picks up really well with the blue in the lower row photos. And now I'm going to do sun rays. And I realized when I was starting to edit this video that I had a huge piece missing in the middle, and that will be the sun ray portion where I'm making sun rays out of embroidery floss. And this is a process that I think I could have done in many different ways, but I decided to go with tape. So I'm making a starting point with a needle, and then I'm going to pick out embroidery floss in many different colors, from pink up through yellow and almost like orange and red. And then I'm going to cut a bunch of those and put into almost like a bouquet. And then I'm going to just tape those down where that little dot that I made with the needle, and then I'm going to draw the sun rays out to the edges to create a sunburst, and you'll see the result in a moment or so. Now I wanted to have an orange piece of paper in a vibrant sun color, so I made a cutout on my Silhouette Cameo, and then before I took it away from the cutting mat, I sprayed it with two different kinds of dilutions ink. And you can see here that the colors of the text is varying a bit so that it resembles the color changes in the sunset. And here you can see those different rays of thread. And I have just taped them on the backside of the cardstock. And at the top of the page I placed a black piece of cardstock, just as I did on the lower bottom of the page. And now I'm trying to make a couple of different placements of these words for the title, Puesta del Sol, which means something like sunset in Spanish. I don't know any Spanish, but I've been getting some help from the Google Translate on YouTube or on internet. So I hope that I'm not making too much of a mess with my language barrier. But at least I'm making a try. I had a little piece of leftover there from the orange paper, and I'm going to add that to the bottom of the page just to give it some more pop at the bottom. I really liked how the title looked on top of the photo block, but then again I felt that it needed something at the top. So this is my compromise. I am putting the title at the top, but then I'm bringing in the same color at the bottom. And then I'm gluing everything together on the cardstock and on top of the thread, and I'm using liquid adhesive just to get it to stick. I didn't want to use my regular glue pen because I felt that it would be too bulky background to make it work. But this was totally okay, and it also helped secure the threads a bit. And yeah, I like how it turned out. This was almost like an Arabic feel to this one, and I love the fact that I went with this idea, because I've never done anything like it before, and I will probably never make anything like it again. So it was a once in a lifetime kind of a thing, with that beautiful arc there that you can see in the close-up. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon again. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.